Shark Attack.
All right. Good evening, LinkedIn. Dave Wilson of the Ringer Hire Show. Tonight, it is a great honor after 4.5 years. Myself and the staffing shark Richard started going live on LinkedIn Live when it first came out. And tonight we got a great interview with Richard, the staffing shark. How you doing, Rich?
Brother Dave, 4.5 years, man. Time flies by, brother.
It does. Our hair, like I've got less hair. You got more. I don't know. Your hair is perfectly.
I got more silver in the hair now, but it's all good.
God.
It's like a shark,
everybody. I know, but we're going to be doing a great conversation tonight about staffing, and I got a lot of things to ask Richard, but we'll be right back after this video. Come on, Rich. Have I grown up a little bit?
Bro, that intro was incredible, man. Seriously. In 4.5 years, you went from 2 seconds to that great job.
If you recall, we used to always put music on. We used to use our phones and play music. It was always, the first minute of the show, you would always choose a song. Remember all that?
You got it. Hey, before we even start, man, look at this. It's a little shark shot, man. A little liquid IV for me.
This is the shark, and you know what, everybody? This is the best part about with Richard. This is the staffing shark. It's the Shark Week starts today.
Dude, starts tonight, bro. Get ready, man. Discovery Channel,
like 8 o'clock or something, or the
8 o'clock, man, for a whole week till next Saturday, man. Nonstop shark-tastic stuff, man. I can't wait.
Man, I tell you what, we both come a long way on this show. It was 4.5 years started out. I wish next time more time we can show some of these videos from on YouTube.
Dave, remember half the stuff I did was outside, man. There was goats, trains, and I was just starting as the shark back then. I didn't have one speaking gig or nothing. And now 4.5 years later, over 38 speaking gigs across the country and North America. Is that crazy? That's awesome. And you know what? Why don't you just tell us about yourself, Rich? You know what? Let people know who you are and what you got coming up, man. We got a lot of stuff. We can go deep dive into this, man. How many hours do you have, man? I don't want to interrupt Shark Week, but long story short, in the last 4 years, I built that brand as the staffing shark. And I always joke with people, it's, I wear a medium shark necklace. I bring a Kenny Chesney, Jimmy Buffett vibe with flip-flops to the industry. And it has taken off, Dave. Do a lot of consulting now. I'm big into the media world. We're going to talk about with the STV Live now, and I got 4 other shows streaming coming on. So, we're taking this to another level in the staffing industry and the recruiting industry that nobody's ever seen. And that's what I love, because everything I do, Dave, is nothing that is cookie cuttered for the industry. It's totally different from other industries that I put together. But it's all about the beach vibe and having fun. So, in the last 4.5 years, I've really went from being just a recruiter to a job agent to now this staffing influencer that people call me and say, Shark, can you be the face of our company and get us business? And it's just taken off because at the end of the day, bro, you know me, man. I'm trustworthy, man, and I'm loyal, dude. Whatever I freaking say is the truth, man.
You never sleep.
Hell no. Always on the go, brother. That's what a shark's like.
What is the STV? What do you got planning going on there? I know we've talked about it.
Okay, so it's going to be a combination. It's called Staffing TV Live. So it's going to be like a little spinoff of how to say it, like MTV. The logo's badass. Wait till you see it. It comes out next week. I got 2 business partners tying in with it. It's going to be on to 6 to 9 hours a week streaming service. So this isn't like a podcast. This is on from 12 o'clock to 2:30 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Dave. We're going to have guests on from the industry, but also people from the big news channels like a Fox, CNN, CNBC, all that good stuff, economists, people on the street, job seekers. So it's going to be the one source for all for anybody in our industry to grow. And plus, it's live. It's freaking live. And you know what, at the end of the day, we can cuss on it. We can have fun with it. It's just us being real. And that's what the industry is about these days, Dave. It's being real, bro.
No, I get it. And the way you are with all that energy going on.
Oh,
Man,
I only had
tell
2
you,
cups of coffee, man. It's what, 7 o'clock? Come on.
7 o'clock and all that, but you're staying true to your staffing. That's what I like about you. We both grown for that, and just learning about everything, all the new staffing trends from 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago.
Oh,
But when you look at some of those shows and you listen to what we talked about, there's not much difference. Nothing's so much as only besides like your ATS, and we're going to get all into that, different things, and AI. But other than that, it's the same stuff over and over and over with the staffing industry.
well, you know what's changed right now in 2024, and I've done this all my life, is the human connection. The AI is there, but now people are saying, we got to be real again. Dude, haven't we be real our whole life? I never got this where the tech stack and everything took control of the human aspect. And now the people that's done human aspects their whole life and the human influencers are just booming out. That's what people want these days. They want that handshake, that hug after COVID. You know that, Dave.
But don't you feel, I mean, this is what I feel about the AI. At first, I wasn't aboard with it. I really wasn't.
Yeah.
Because like you said, that physical touch. Now, for someone like myself, there's ways that AI, like, about the incident I had when I fell, and that affects your memory, affects your different cognitive skills, all different things, and things have changed now. It's all way better. But that is a tool for me is priceless, because AI can really help you if you use it right. It can really help you, But at the same time, I don't think it's going to replace that touch, that human connection for staffing.
Dave, it's an enhancement. I always joke about it. It's like a supplement to your protein. It's like a protein source. You got your core of food. The human connection is the food. And then the supplements are the AI. At the end of the day, you have AI, and then you have like human intelligence. You got to have both. That's what it comes down to. You have the HI and the AI. But the AI is going to help a lot of people for sourcing. I'm going to tell you right now, the voice AI that's out there, I'm going to give a plug to like Converse AI and some of the other ones out there. They're amazing. The AI tricks that they can do. I mean, that's what, a sourcer doesn't want to get on the phone and make 100 phone calls, Dave. And guess what happens with AI? It's always happy. It's never biased, man. It's always just giving you the facts in and out like a shark way, and you're done. And I think that's so true. That's what it's about, man. I mean, seriously, at the end of the day, sourcers will be probably eliminated, but nobody wants to do sourcing. Who wants to get there and make 500 phone calls a week? No way.
You think those days are over? I mean,
well, the thing is, though, I just seen somebody on Facebook, one of my friends, I'm not going to mention her name, but she's put in like 80 applicants on Indeed applications. And guess what? Not one call. And I just kind of like told her, I said, that's all cluster. Basically, AI sorting that out. You have to make the phone call and be proactive and get to the gatekeeper. Call the human resource person. Get a recruiter like one of us or a job agent to represent you. But I'm going to tell you, Indeed and these job boards, the percentage of getting callbacks is maybe 5 to 10%. And that's on a high level, Dave.
That's one thing I was going to talk to you about, like the new job search for everybody. What if you had to give somebody advice that just lost their job in any kind of industry, on LinkedIn? What do you recommend they do? And then I'll put
I'm going to tell you straight up, and it's not being biased. I think they need to have a job agent like me or a recruiter. We don't charge anything. Not somebody to revamp your resume. Somebody to get you in the door with a company.
Right.
I mean, you got to network with the associations. The job boards, I always joke and I always say this, Dave, it's like a surfboard. It's very expensive and it's a short ride. And that's the truth, man.
That's true. That's true.
It is. So you can't rely on job boards, because just think, how many people does that quick click? So that's going in the database.
Apply. They have that damn thing, apply urgent hiring, apply, click apply. And people don't realize by doing that how so many candidates miss the opportunity, because as a recruiter, listen, Monday mornings when you have 500-600 people and you're scrolling through and you have somebody that's a chef applying for a management in logistics or something, you're like, oh, come on, seriously? What are you doing? There's got to be a way that those Indeed or even the job boards like that can just eliminate some of that process, but it doesn't look like they can right now.
Well, I'm working with a couple people now. I'm not going to mention their names yet, but they know who they are out there if they're watching this show. And we're putting down a challenge and a collaboration, Dave, of this AI stuff that's going to actually make their help for the recruiter. So what's it going to do with the recruiter is the recruiter is going to get like a little report. It has everything from that person. So it's going to eliminate everything from the job board where you have to go through everything yourself. We're going to give you the bullet points of why and the skill set, so you can just jump on that person and reach out to them. So this is going to save a lot of time. So we're in research right now with it.
It's nerve-wracking because look at all, like we've talked about, remember back in the day remote when COVID, but when remote was hard, I mean, with the in thing. Now it seems to have been slowing down. When you go on, you see a remote job on LinkedIn, sweet Jesus, man, before you know it, there's 500 to 1,000 applicants.
Dude, it's like that on LinkedIn too. Do you see that? Like, so who gets the job? I mean, seriously, it's who you know. You know, somebody can leapfrog you in a heartbeat. And it happens all the time. So, I mean, I always say a handshake goes a million miles. So get them handshakes out, network with people, go to all these events, you know, and pregame. If you got a job right now, Dave, at the end of the day, every job you have right now, you're going to bounce to another company before you die. It's the fact. You know, you're not going to stay with that company. None of us are. Even in our industry, I mean, staffing industry, it's up and down all the time. So you could be independent recruiter, you could be working for a staffing firm, or you could be doing something like media. Who knows?
On that part, Bill Bradford's in the house. Hey, you want to stop from Beaver? Bill, are you connected with Richard? Rich, are you connected with him?
No, I don't think, brother. You better hit me up, man.
No, you got to reach out to Bill. He's really into the you know, about when we talked about staffing, he's into the, you know, the jobs that are trade schools. You know, he's been in sales for all that kind of stuff like that for, you know, people that say they don't need college, but a lot of people don't go into the trade school industry, you know, and that's another subject too, just on that part.
Dave, hold on there. College? I mean, when we were back in the day, it was embedded in our head to go to college. Now, hell no. Trade school is the way to go. You're debt free, you know, and learn a little bit of business too. You can open up an AC shop, HVAC. You can do engineering. I mean, you could do like electrical work. I mean, there's so many things. Labor force is hurting. And if you're smart and business savvy, you just crush it.
But do you think they don't promote it enough? Or like, why doesn't the younger generation see that? Like Bill will tell you, you know, and he's very strict with this is, man, you're talking, I guess if they could see how much money they'll make as a plumber, if they could see how much as an electrician, if they could see welding. I have a young gentleman at our work, young kid, 22, going to college. He just started with us. But you know what? He's going to school for welding, and he wants to do underwater welding.
Ooh.
And I'm like, I'm right there. I'm like, that is so freaking cool, because I know what he's probably going to make in a couple of years.
250,000 easy, 300,000 a year easy. Here's what's happening is with the trades. This is something I'm going to have on my STV. We're going to expose this, that the trades are just equal as college. I mean, because everybody, they push college. I mean, it's a marketing thing. I mean, you know, your junior, sophomore year, you know, you have a young son. He's probably going to get stuff in the mail from every university around. And it's all about, come to our school. We got the best liberal arts. We got the best of this. And it's all big sales game. I mean, can I say universities? I would say half my friends don't even work in the field. I'm not in the same field I was in. I'm a criminal justice major, bro. I don't know what you were.
Yeah, but you know what, though, in all seriousness, I mean, there are some school that you need college. There are some.
Medical or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but the beginning, just to not know what you're doing and you're just tossing it out there and taking basic. But at the end of the day, I still think that sometimes helps you. But you got to look at, like I said, I'm glad Bill chimed in on there on the trades. You
got to weigh your options. That's what I say. You know what? At the end of the day, I like to talk. You talk to your family, but you also talk to yourself and other people. I mean, you got to weigh yours. But at the end of the day, you got to make yourself happy. That's the whole goal is don't do it for anybody else. Do it for yourself.
Yep. And Bill says it's starting to turn around with trades versus college. It will take time, but we're heading in the right direction. And he's right. I just wish there was a way that we'd see more of it. And I think that's what they're going to have to do. Like, I don't see as much on LinkedIn pressing at companies. I think, you know, when you do branding of yourself, of your company or anything like that, I think that's where they need to get in and hit those younger kids in school, especially their senior year in high school. If they start there, man, that's where you want to go. That's why
Dave, half of these places will give you scholarships. You know that. They'll pay for your schooling to go if you got good grades. I mean, an electrician starts out more than, I mean, a school teacher. I know what they start out in Pennsylvania and West Virginia. Electrician would triple that in the first year. Is that crazy? Yes, seriously.
It is. And the work is always there.
And guess what? You're debt free. There's no bills.
There's no bills on top of that. But back to like we're talking. Oh, I had to show this picture of you, man.
Oh, brother.
Tell me about. I know, but I had to see this. What is this? Coffee Shark.
Ooh, I'm glad you said that, man. So you know what? The Shark brand is going over and over again. So what the Coffee Shark brand is, it's all about the buzz, which you got to love the tagline first. All about the buzz is I'm going to spread the word on every coffee shop across the country when I go and visit. And also, you know, when you drink coffee, you get a buzz. So it's a double win there, man. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be, I'm going to do reviews on every coffee shop, videos and stuff. I love coffee. I'm very energetic all the time. So I figured, why not have the Coffee Shark when I go places, do reviews for them? This is how I'm building my community and my brand, Dave. Is like now on the Savvy Shark brand, we're going to have the Coffee Shark out there at every coffee shop, interviewing the managers, drinking the coffee, trying it out. And this is going to grow everybody's brand. Plus, I'm going to get some free coffee out of it too, man. So we're good.
Hey, that's the best part. Bill says he's got to go. Thanks for chiming in, Bill. Joel Villa, he says, does fins count to like Jimmy Buffett?
Yes.
It does? All right. I have to show you this other picture here. Let me see. What else I got here, Rich? Oh, look at this one. What the heck is
Oh, man. That was in Myrtle Beach a couple years ago. Yeah. So that was like during Shark Week, man. So, I mean, anytime there's a shark, I have fun with it. I mean, I eat and sleep this. This week I'll be at Joe's Crab Shack having some shark bites. I've already got 7 coffee places I'm going to be going with, like the Shark Bite coffee they have now. I mean, this Shark Week has taken off to a new level, Dave. And back in 2020, we did Shark Week with what 17, 18 guests.
Yes,
during COVID. That was insane, bro. That was insane.
It was, and you look back all that work, but it's about building your brand. And the brand is also, I think, that job seekers need to do also on LinkedIn. You need to create that person. Like when somebody loses their job, they all say, well, I got to get my resume going. Yeah. I have to go ahead and, I better, look at LinkedIn right away. And they wonder why it doesn't work right away. We've talked about it numerous times. LinkedIn, listen, I know social media is hard now. You really got to work hard, but you need to brand yourself, right? I mean, do you agree with that part?
Dude, you got to brand yourself from day one. I tell everybody this. It's just not because of me, Dave, but dude, nobody knows my real name. I was at conferences like, what is your real name? We just call you Shark. That's all we know. Even when they're on LinkedIn, they don't even realize what my name is. They're just typing in Shark. It's like, so I think every job seeker has to have their brand. It could be your name. You could brand your name, but you got to have like something you have a passion for. I have a passion for the beach and sharks. So that's where I'm at. Plus Land Shark beer. I love that beer, of course. So at the end of the day, you got to have a passion for what you have to make yourself different, Dave. Because if I was just Richard Rosner walking into a room, oh, there's a million Richards, another Dave Wilson, but if you're saying I'm a job agent, I use that instead of a recruiter because I don't recruit you. I represent you. So people put this in their phone. I tell everybody, use that. America's Job Agent. That's my title, man, because I'll connect you to any recruiter out there to get you hired. So, just like you, we go back and forth with people, we share candidates and stuff like that back in the day. And that's what it's all about. And I think if you build your brand that way, Dave, dude, it'll just grow. If I could do this in 4 years by myself with no other help besides myself and everybody around me to support me, anybody can do it now because we have AI. We didn't have AI 4 years ago. That. It was organic. I had to actually go out there and say, I'm the Shark. And they're like, who in the hell's a shark? Who in the hell are you, dude? You on drugs?
Are you?
I'm like, no, I'm the Shark, bro. Remember my hair was up like a point? I was like, dude, it was crazy. And I'm like, dude.
You used to look like Richie Rich.
Oh, well, that was my DJ name back in the day. But no, it was back when I DJ'd at 14 years old weddings. We have
got Jasmine Vasquez in the house. She's on the show on Wednesday night. She's going to be good. She's a job seeker, so you definitely got to connect. Jasmine, you definitely got to connect with Rich here. This guy never sleeps, and any kind of questions, reach out to him. And he knows a lot of context too. And she's in the Lehigh Valley. But we got her coming on the show on Wednesday to talk about, the reason I love the Ring of Hire show is naturally you're one of your past friends were the one that came up with that name. And when you think about it, the Ring of Hire show, when we did that first started, it made sense, get the job seeker up there, boom, talk about them and show more of who you are on a video. You know what I mean?
But Ring of Hire, come on, tell everybody what's it about. It's Johnny Cash, right?
Well, Johnny Cash, because you used to say I always dress in black, and I love Johnny Cash is my favorite singer. My son's name is Cash. He's 14, Mr. Cash Wilson. My wife's favorite singer was Johnny Cash too. I was singing Johnny Cash when I met my wife and forgot my words, and 6 months later I was married.
Dave, I think you should just name yourself Cash, man. You should be like the Cash Recruiter or something like that. Anybody get a job? I
know, right? Well, you know what I say? No, you know what I say when I DJ, I always say about who you write the check out to. Cash.
Love it, bro. Love it.
Right? Rich Joel says now to find the wolf like Pulp Fiction. That's Joel.
Too funny. But get real quick, Dave, on the brand, I just want to elaborate on that because I think a lot of people get confused with this. There's so many coaches out there. Please reach out to me because I've done this. I know how to do it. Every coach out there said they can brand you. They can do all this for you. You have to do it yourself. They can guide you a little bit. Your videos and everything has to be you. If somebody else is trying to brand you, it's not going to work half the time because they don't know what your vibe is. They don't know who you are. Right now, I won't let anybody touch my brand. You know what I mean? And, I've had people come on and say, oh, let me put out the organic reach and get all these posts for you. My posts are me with ... It takes a little bit longer, but that's how I get my reach is because my lingo and my sharkism is me, Yeah.
No, and it's you. I mean, like I said, everybody, what a perfect time, like the staffing shark, I mean, you have to admit, reaching that. Ring of Fire shirt brought to you by Davey Cash, the new man. Oh,
there it is. See that? The brand is growing already, Dave, in less than 5 minutes, right?
No, but I wanted to hit back on the job search.
Yeah.
We talk about Indeed and the job boards, how hard it is, and we talk about ATS systems. Now, there is a lot of great new ATS systems out there. I'll give it. But do you feel that still the SEO, the keywords in a resume does affect the ATS system?
It does. Yes, it does. But do we use it? Do we emphasize it too much? Yes. I think sometimes we're worried about putting keywords in instead of actually putting content in. Right. I'm very proactive. So at the end of the day, I'm thinking like that AI machine might not get that, but there's other sources. You hit from different angles. So if that AI machine doesn't pick up my keywords, I'm going to call that person. I'm going to get a recruiter. Like I said before, you have to be proactive. A lot of these job seekers, they just post and they wait. You can't wait, people. I mean, you got to reach out to me or Dave. I'll get you connected to anybody. And I think that's what we have to do. I mean, right now, summertime, Dave, we're having a show tonight. Most people are on vacation or are slow right now. This is a time for you as a recruiter in the 70th Street to rock it out. All summer when people say, I'm on vacation, dude, I love this. This is when I just gobble everything up. And then when the fall comes, you're set.
Yeah, it is. And again, we talk about it apart, but you got to stand out from others because if you don't get some kind of creativity, something that makes you stand out, me, I'm big into the video. I believe I would like if I had lost my job tomorrow, I would be doing like a 30-second video posting on LinkedIn. I would be posting it everywhere. We saw a couple people that have done that. Just introduce yourself. There's nothing wrong. Everybody says, well, I don't like doing video. I don't like the way I look. Well, I don't like the way I talk. I don't like the way I dress. It's always an excuse. But if you put yourself out there, listen, we're both live right now. You can make a mistake. Listen, we've made plenty of mistakes by doing that, but it's okay because people see the real you. Mm-hmm. That PDF, and we talked about it for a while, that a resume drives me crazy because we put so much into that. But even on LinkedIn, we need to put more into it versus that. I mean, that's just my thoughts.
Well, Dave, I got to tell you this. And there's so many resume coaches out there that tweak your resume. Meanwhile, they never had a job in the last 10 years. Not to put them down, but come on. They're charging $300 to try to cater a resume to you. I've seen coaches out there that says, I can prep the college graduates to get a job. But they don't find a job. They just prep them. After that part, they pay $1,000 to prep them. Where else does it go? I'm thinking, dude, we're free. Dude, we are freaking free. I'm like, and it's crazy how people are like so worried about resumes. I mean, you got video resumes. We've done them before. The 2 minutes in and out.
Big time. In and
I
out,
mean, and if you're a recruiter, you don't usually send a resume. If I don't send a resume, I send bullet points of why they should hire this person to the HR or hiring manager because I built a report with that person. I said, damn it, you need to hire this person. Seriously. And they say yay or nay, shark, or they say blank you. And then we go back and forth. And I'm like, well, I'll take my show somewhere else to another company. And that's what we have to have. But just sending resumes out, I think we spend too much time with that about the font and, should I put a picture? And people's like, well, they might judge me with my picture, just like on LinkedIn. Dude, any picture's good. As long as it's appropriate. You don't need to have a fashion picture or like these like headshots anymore. Dude, do an AI picture or something crazy. That's what I do all the time.
They freaking make you look freaking great. Even on here,
these AIs.
Makes up our face. There's a little thing on this, everybody, that you go on here on a setting and it cleans you up. It makes you don't even have to use makeup anymore. Before we were so tired, I'd have dark marks and I'd put makeup underneath my eyes. But now with this new stuff here, you just click on it and it takes it away. Joel says, what are 5 mistakes people make when job searching based on your observation, Shark?
5 mistakes. I think one of the mistakes is they just post and pray. Almost like a recruiter. They just post, actually they post their resume out there and they just wait. I think that's one mistake. I think another mistake is they do not network the right way. They might go to a networking event and expect to get 2 or 3 leads. You got to be proactive. If you're a
They're
job
really
seeker,
good, Rich. We have one in our town called the Lehigh Valley Pete's, Friends of Pete's.
yeah.
That thing is once a month they post where they're going to be. And
Mm-hmm.
all the restaurants, wherever they have it, and it's usually 4 hours long. You're going to talk over a couple hundred people show up those events because they love it.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's what you need to do, because all these connections you got, you can use them later in life. I mean, seriously, at the end of the day, you don't have to use them right now. I think another one that job seekers, their frustration. I'm going to tell you straight up right off the bat, it's a full-time job when you're looking for a job. I mean, seriously, it is. But this is where you need to hire a recruiter or a consultant or somebody to help you out. And like I said, most staffing firms will help you. Reach out to me, but there's the good ones, there's the bad staffing firms. We don't talk about the bad ones, but
no, and
I always will guide you.
I'm glad you said that, because listen, there are some great staffing companies out there.
Yeah.
I found my last 3 jobs, not the one I just had, but before that, last 3 jobs that lasted over 10 years through a staffing company. Because when you lose your job, listen, you have to do your research. And listen, when you look at a staffing agency, you go to the direct hire one. Just reach out to them. Let's say, for example, Kelly Services or Manpower. Manpower got me one, so did Kelly for Johnson & Johnson. All I did was I went there and I said, this is what I want to make. Here's my hour or salary. Here's my resume. Work with them. They put you in their system. And all it takes is, just like me, on that Sunday night at 7 o'clock, I get an email from somebody from Kelly Services saying they found me a job. Well, an interview, and I ended up getting the job.
But guess what? You don't have to just go to Kelly. You can go to Decker. Right. You can have 10 different staffing firms working for you. Can you imagine 10 recruiters working for you at one time?
That's what I mean. And I would go to, listen, there's a lot more than what you think. When you just Google top staffing companies in the Lehigh Valley, I could come up with 15 to 20.
Oh,
and that's, like you said, that's 50. Are they going to find you jobs right away? No. But you could be stuck in that one job and all of a sudden they find something, a direct hire. You want the direct hire. Now, some people like contract work. You know that, Rich, right? I mean, they enjoy that, and that's
engineers love it. I'm going to tell you, New York City engineers back in the day with the subway system, when they did that, we had engineers, they were making so much money. They love the contract work. They do 6 months and they would take a year off.
Yep. Go to every agency that you can.
But also, Dave, executive recruiters too. Reach out to them. So have the staffing firms work out, but also have an executive recruiter. It's one-on-one with you too to help you. I mean, most of the stuff's all free. So that's what's great about it.
It is. And Jasmine says the ghosting is real with some of these staffing firms, which leads to frustration.
I'm glad you said that, because I'm going to tell you right now, I got a blog coming out this week. Staffing firms are worse than the candidates. They ghost all the time. When I was in West Virginia, the 3 staffing firms are big ones. They ghost their candidates over and over. They call them, and the person says, I don't want this job, and never call them back. The candidates would call 20 times, Dave, never get through to the recruiter, leave a voicemail, and ghost all the time. You are so true about that. Dude, and you know what's happening? Then they're going to lose their job because they're making our industry look bad. I'm going to tell you straight up, Dave. I try
to get back to everybody, because being on LinkedIn like this will get you caught. If I was to start ghosting candidates, and I make sure I go through. There are some that I'd be like, oh shoot, I'm like, oh, I got to get back to that person. Listen, all they want to do is hear an email. An email's fine. I saw a couple polls. What's the best way that you want to be heard? Listen, I don't think there's any best way.
I mean, you could text them, you could email them. Here's the thing is, though, don't do that automated shit. If you're actually talking to somebody and you interviewed them like on 5 stages and they didn't get the job on stage 5 and somebody else did, at that point, you build a report. You emailed them a million times. All you can say is, hey, sorry about this. We didn't get it together. We didn't win this one, but that's okay. I'm going to keep fighting for you. That's simple. Cut and paste that shit. Put that out there. Nobody does that, Dave. They don't, man. They just disappear and like, well, you know what they think? That candidate is not worth my time because I can't make money for it. And that's what these recruiters think about. It's all about the commission KPIs, and you can't think that way.
In their mouth. They get that taste about a company. Then before you know it, they put a review. And we've talked about reviews. That's another show, but we've talked about reviews. I hope negative, but listen, negative reviews, I get it. But if you got 10 of the same one, then you might have a little red flag, maybe a little bit, but it's not. People will go out there and put that bad review about you.
Well, the thing is, and that's back to the recruiters real quick. Dave, I'm going to tell you about probably 75 people in 18 months in West Virginia came to me from another staffing firm and said, Shark, you're the only person that ever talks to me. Handshake me, talk to me, give me your cell phone. These other people don't. The recruiters work Monday through Friday and that's it. And I'm thinking, but the thing is, though, here's what it comes down to. They get a little bit of commission. These staffing firms, they don't treat them well sometimes, the management. This is where I have another friend. It's connecting the managers and the recruiters together, because I've dealt with managers that don't even know how to open an ATS. They don't even know how to operate. They don't even know how to do a drug test with somebody. So how are you going to run a staffing firm, but you don't know how to do what a recruiter does?
I'll tell you, when I had
disconnect, man.
Before I closed results, when you have those direct hires, baby, I was the first one. I couldn't believe it down here for CNC operators, right? And the owner, Paul, he'd always be like, I went with my candidate and sat in that room. And he's like, hey, why do you come here? I said, because he's mine. He's mine. I sat there for the whole 2 hours. I didn't care, because if he was there for 2 hours, I'm like, all right, baby, I might have myself a direct hire here. But he did say that. He said, wow, you're different. And I was like, yeah, I said, I'm representing him. He's mine. And that the company, I still could go down there, Paul, and say, here, Paul, he knows that I wouldn't send somebody that I wouldn't hire myself.
I love it. Hey, real quick, Dave, I know we bounced around, but getting back to the job seekers real quick. Another tip is just don't use LinkedIn. You're losing out if that's all you use is LinkedIn. Facebook, put it on your personal Facebook. You're looking for a job. You got all your friends on there. I mean, if you have 2,000 friends, you have 2,000 friends out there. It's okay to lose your job. Everybody does that. I mean, it is what it is. Send it out there. They're going to help you out too. I mean, you got the X, you got TikTok. This is something we can talk about real quick. Staffing firms don't use TikTok. They don't use the X. And you know how many firms I talk to, like, I don't get anything out of it. Dave, I get a lot of lucky stuff from the X. I mean, seriously,
I'm getting more and more followers on X now. I might get like 5 followers from this show tonight. But that 5 is just an extra 5 that I can try. And I'll reach out and on these comments, I'll say, thank you. Thank you. So at least they know that you saw their comment, and that goes a long way. It's
all about engagement. I always say this at the end of the day, you could have, and I've talked to people that has like 80,000 people on LinkedIn followers. They've lost their job 3 times as a recruiter. I only have 7,000 or 8,000, and I put 301 people to work in 18 months. So you tell me what's it about. It's about your audience you have, bringing them to life. If you have 80,000 people and 79,000 are dead, I mean, you got to keep active with him. I always say like this, Dave, it's almost, I joke about it. It's like the Kenny Chesney theory. You're on stage every day, and I always say that. So you got to keep your audience happy. A new song's coming out all the time. It's like, what's Shark putting out there? What can he help me with? What can he entertain me with? And that's the first thing for marketing yourself and branding yourself, entertainment. I don't care what to say. You have to, these job seekers and these companies have to be entertained, and then you engage them and then you work with them. I'm telling you, it's entertainment first, because
Richard, this one's for you. This one's for you, buddy. Look. Uh-oh. Here we go. There he goes. Wind them up.
Let's do it. Hold on. I got to, as a professional, going to be wrong. Well, it is. I'm going to tell you straight up, it is, because, everybody says negative. I'm going to tell you, TikTok, you can get there's so many job seekers on there. There's so much other stuff. TikTok is flooding the market, just like Facebook. Facebook's one of the best things too. Here's what happens with TikTok. Everybody thinks it's all about dancing and other stuff. Yeah. Put your content out there. In the last 2 months, 3 months, I probably had 15 candidates and 2 companies off TikTok because they seen my videos or something like that. Or I did a Super Bowl video during halftime with Usher on it. And I had 4 job seekers reach out to me from that. They were in like Nevada. Is that kind of cool? Like, I did it right during halftime. I did the Usher with the song, and I'm fist pumping. That's part of the game. I say all social media platforms. I'm gonna take it up. Sign off Gary V is you got to use them all. And which ones you use the most is up to you. I say use 3 all the time, but then again, you got to filter them all day. I mean, you still gotta have a TikTok, because TikTok is not going anywhere right now, and it's going to keep growing and growing.
Yep.
So you can't miss it.
I agree. I always say it just takes that one person. It's like when I do the show, The Ring of Hire. Do I promise somebody that I can get them a job? No. But when they're out there and then we tag afterwards, we do the work after the video, and we start tagging a company, start tagging the people that are the decision makers. Mm-hmm. The worst they're going to say is no or not respond. That's it. So I tell people, don't be afraid to reach out.
You're on TikTok. I was in New York a couple of weeks ago. I'm looking beside me. Everybody's on TikTok scrolling. These are people with suits on. If they're on TikTok and they see a video of you, there could be some business for you. Why not? What do you got to lose?
I do think there's probably an age bracket, but then again, this is what I say. When people say on LinkedIn that entry-level people aren't on LinkedIn, and maybe you're right, you are right, a lot of it, right? But their parents are. So when their parents see, hey, Coca-Cola's over here hiring, for jobs, okay, entry-level jobs. their parents see it, because then they're going to be the first one to say, all right, kid, Coca-Cola's hiring, get your ass over there. It just takes out one or two people. Nothing is, I don't think you can't give a perfect answer to that. Like,
no, you got to flood the market with everything, because here we go. Every singer is not just on one record. I mean, they flood their stuff out everywhere. And I got to tell you this, LinkedIn, I connected with 5 people that just graduated college when I was on the airplane, because I network with everybody. They all had LinkedIn. So that tells you these are 18 to 21-year-olds. They all got LinkedIn now because they're teaching that in high school now. You know that, Dave, to get on LinkedIn.
Are they doing it?
Yes, yeah. I mean, they're all on it. They're like, yeah, they scan my code.
I tell my daughter, I tell her to tell friends, Joel's got to go, but I'll put you in touch with Amanda Shark. I'll put you in touch with Amanda.
Yeah, thanks, Joel.
Just on the show. I'll tag you on our show and you'll see her. All right, that we just did last week for a job. And she came on. Listen, she did great. You know, we were there for 40 minutes and Joel was even asking questions. And, you know, you always afterwards, how'd it go? How do you think? It's the same thing after an interview. It was the same thing. Well, did I say everything okay? There's no
wrong way or there's no right way. You just got to be yourself. There's no word. Did I say, did I mess up? Did I ask the wrong question? No, you just got to be yourself. And I think that's what happens in these interviews. They have to be prepped and go in.
Richard, I got breaking news. Right
Let's go.
Listen, look who's I thought he said he wasn't going to come on, but he messaged me. Look at this.
Oh my. It's my man. What's up, brother?
Whoa, what up, boys?
Ooh, V, what's up, buddy? Long time no see. Look at you. Looking good, man. Looking good.
Real quick, Jasmine. This is the gentleman that you were on the website today, on my website, that owns Job Boards.
Yeah.
And you're in New York, right? Or
no. Oh, Miami.
Oh, Miami. I'm
Florida.
sorry.
Okay, wait. Before we start anything, we need to do Baby Shark, do, Baby Shark, do.
Oh my God, that was a great episode. I can't believe it.
Hey, Tuvia, real quick, and I'm gonna let you and Richard talk. But Jasmine reached out to me today, and I told her to go on my website and look at your job board. You know, I said he handles a lot within the New York, New Jersey area.
Yeah.
He says to me, she goes, "Hey, I like the wine tasting job."
Oh yeah.
She saw that. Here she is, right there. Here she is. I know she was on your website today, and she'll be in touch with you.
Okay, sure. Reach out to me.
Yep. So hey, I'm gonna let you and Richard talk to him, man.
Tuvia, a long time no see, buddy. How you been, man? I mean, besides looking great, actually, I should have connected with you. I was at Key West 3 months ago for my birthday. I drove right by you, man, in Miami.
Oh, you didn't come by and visit?
I never thought of it, man. Next time I'm down there, I'm going to, man. But how's everything going, man? And long story short, Dave, we got to bring that video back, that clip with the Baby Shark thing with the tiki torches. I mean, that was a great episode.
Baby Shark.
4.5 years ago, we played that.
Yeah, right. Richard Shark. Richard Shark.
I wouldn't even recognize you. You look younger. You look, I don't know what. We all look, woo.
No, Tuvia, you look great, man. Seriously, whatever you're doing, buddy, keep it up, man. It's like you're living life. I got to ask you, how's the business? I mean, you were rocking then, still doing the same thing?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Why don't you talk about your business real quick? I want to give you that shout out here, what it is and what you do.
And then what the key to success? You know what the key to? You know what the key to success is? Yeah, sure. Being consistent.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's it.
He says it right there.
Yep. Being consistent all the time.
Warren Buffett once said the reason why I'm so successful is because I stay within my box.
Yep, that makes total sense. I love that. I love just that word, the way you said it. Stay consistent. Everybody got quiet.
The words of wisdom by Tuvia. That's right.
Yep. So,
Richard, what you been up to, Richard?
Everything, man. Busy, man. I don't know if you've seen anything, man. The last years, man, I've been blowing up, just having fun, making everybody else shine like I do, man. And it's so great. And I think the last time we talked, I've spoke 38 times in the last 4 years. Got a media company going on now. So I'm just enjoying the staff and recruiting industry, man. Just loving it, man.
Wow. It's been 4 years since then?
Yeah, 2020.
4.5 years about to be.
Yeah.
Some of the videos, I'll send you the videos from YouTube when we were all doing
the
show.
Time goes by when you're having fun.
Oh, we had you on the show a couple of times, didn't we, Dave?
Yeah.
He was one of the highest shows, Rich. That
During
was one of the
Staffing
highest
Shark Week.
He
Yeah.
had his hat on. He had this hat on. He was outside in his backyard in Florida. But hey,
Yep,
real quick,
still here.
Tuvia, I want to give you a shout out. Tell him what you do and how you became successful in Jobster Match and what you do.
Oh, so I help employers in New York looking to hire employees via social media.
Yep. And that's it. And they can come on there. People can go Jobster Match, and I'll put that link on here too. I love it.
Yeah.
It's very professional. A lot of the
It's
jobs,
simple. It's very simple. We make hiring very simple.
Yeah. Some of those job titles, it's just plain. You apply. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I love it. I love it.
That's awesome, man. That's good stuff.
He looks so different, man. I'm like, I didn't even know it was him.
He does. I mean, man, what's going on? The fountain of youth hit you, brother.
Yeah, right.
No, but we're just having a show tonight talking about employees. And
No, I guess it's married. I guess it's how many years? Maybe 17, 18 years of marriage.
Here he goes. That's why he's successful. That's why
it is.
You know, I'm consistent.
Yep. Hey, Tubi, a question for you. Being in the business that you're in, what do you see anything different than 4 years ago when you put in there about, job employers coming to you? Do they complain to you? Do they say, hey, we have a hard time finding people? Or what do they say to you?
They find out a lot of people, they feel that they're entitled to a bigger salary.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they want a bigger salary, but they might not necessarily be qualified.
Right.
Or they say that I feel I might be a great candidate, but you only been to each job for a year.
Right. That makes total sense. See, that's what I mean, Rich. They're the kind of things that you don't hear, but that's an employer saying that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I could do this. Oh, what type of job are you looking for? Anything. Okay. So what's anything? I don't really care. You need to make $100,000 a year. Anything. Yeah. I'm like, okay.
I'll do anything for 100,000. Oh boy.
Yeah. So you're actually in New York and New Jersey, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do staffing from Miami.
I love that. Staffing from Miami in New York and New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
Yeah. Very soon, I'm redoing my website and we're going global.
Nice. Love it.
Yes, man.
That's what I'm talking about. See, you worked hard for a lot of years, man.
So I hired a company from Montreal.
Nice.
That's good, man.
Yeah. And bring them on. Rich, I know you got another question for Tuvia.
So I got to ask you, international, how did you get that going, man? I mean, seriously, you did the Miami, New York and all that stuff. So how did you make this connection to go international? I mean, was this like one of your visions at all time to do this?
Yes, I have a friend in England. And then I have another employee of mine. She lives in India. So we're thinking about rebranding the name as well.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Trying something different.
Yeah.
You know what? That's kind of cool because, every like 5, 7 years or 10 years, somebody likes to rebrand their name a little bit, freshen it up a little bit.
Change is important. You want to know why you have to change for? Change is important. You want to know why?
What's that?
Because if you don't change, you begin to smell after a while.
That's why I change my underwear every day, Tuvia.
Exactly. All right, there you go, boy.
Woo!
That makes total sense. Jasmine says nice. See? No, I like that. Change, it is good because I think that's why I asked you, like, from 4.5 years ago on, having Richard on the show and have you back, when you look what we did at shows back then, and you had to laugh because LinkedIn Live just came out.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember that, Dim. You were one of the first pioneers.
I was one of the first people because I bugged the living hell out of them every day. They kept saying, a lady from India, David, you need to do videos. And I was like, I am. So she made the mistake by giving me her email. So every friggin' day I said, here's another 2. And before you know it, I opened that up and bam, there's that little green light. It's not as big as it was now. Back then it was really big because you were the first
very popular back then.
It was when we all came on the shows, we had thousands of people just flocking. It was something new, like with Rich on there. You got to say, Richard does look different, Tuvia.
And Rachel looks sexy as ever.
Does it?
Thank you, my man. Thank you, brother.
Prop.
I just look older too.
And then we got Dave Wilson there. He's growing a beard for Santa Claus, you know.
Yeah.
Christmas in
And
July.
chicks dig it.
Yeah, that's right.
The gray.
The bearded recruiter, Dave. Is that your nickname? The bearded recruiter?
The bearded recruiter. Oh my God. So what else is going on in your life? How the kids? How's the family? Everything?
Thank God we're doing well in the summer. We're hanging out. We're having fun.
Good.
Richard, I got to tell you real quick. When I first met Tuvia and I was talking to him, we were, again, networking because that's how you met people, right?
Yeah.
So I asked him how he did this and how he made his money. Well, he said he always told me, start out small. You know, when you say to an employer to post a job for $29.95 or $19.95. I said, well, what was your day like? He said, I'd get up in the morning, cha-ching. I would walk my dog. And on his phone,
Cha-ching.
There's another $19. There's another $19. He would put his kids on to school, cha-ching, cha-ching. And I'll never forget that because I was like, oh my God, that was just the beginning of 19. That's all he was charging back. It was so reasonable that employers flocked to him at $19, $20, $30, whatever it is, just to post a job versus on Indeed. And if you specialize what he did for New York and New Jersey, you know, it's not like it's all over the place. You know, it's not everywhere. And I always tell people,
true. You know why? Because all those pennies all add up at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's what I loved.
I love that. You know what? He sums it up, David, because at the end of the day, you know what? They always say, oh, I want that big candidate that has $100,000. Dude, I'll place somebody. It's a $30,000 job, you know, because you're still getting money no matter what. It's money you never had.
That's it. You know, when I see the jobs on his board, I'm like, okay, I'll take that wine. I loved it. Wine tester, full time.
Yeah.
Full-time wine tester. All right, here we go. Let's see. How do you handle recruiting the overqualified yet underqualified candidate?
Oh, that's a tough question.
It is.
The overqualified one. That's, you know what? I'll take a stab first at this. I think an overqualified one, I think we have to set expectations. I mean, seriously, in the beginning, I mean, an overqualified person, I mean, what I do, if they're overqualified, I'll talk to the company and say that they still want this position. But then there's
Thank you. Stop right there. Richard, I like that because that's the part of having an agent or having somebody help you. Right there. You can, because if you put that right out there, that company's not going to react real quick. But go ahead. I had to stop you on that.
No, 100%. And then you have somebody that wants more than what they're worth. You got to keep it real with them. I'm like, you know, like Tuvia said, you have 2 years experience, 1 year experience, and you want $100,000. I tell them, it ain't going to happen, bro. You know, I wanted that too, you know? So at the end of the day, this is what you're worth. And if you don't like it, you can walk away from me. But you know what they do? They go home and they're like, you're right. I'm only worth $40,000.
Yeah. Well, lately, it's true. But lately I've been helping people who just have difficulty finding employment lately.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them out there too.
A lot.
It's true. Like, for example, a mother called me up and told me about her son. He's a little bit slow on the spectrum, and then he wears hearing aids. He doesn't really talk, so he had a very hard time. So I reached out to a few of my employers I talked to, and maybe they could get him a job. So thank God, all worked out. I got him a job.
Nice.
Yes, that's what it's all about.
It's again, that's networking, and that's somebody reaching out to you, and you'll take that time. I tell everybody, anybody that wants to connect with Tuvia, you'll respond. That's what I like about you. You'll get back to that person.
And I think all three of us agree when we play somebody, the feeling in our heart. I mean, I don't lie.
Yeah,
it's
so
like
great.
It's like crazy every Tuesday. It's like, yes. It's
such a good feeling.
I get more excited for them getting a job if I ever had to get a new job. Seriously, it's like I executed this and they did it and we got it done. It's awesome.
I'm going to take a jab at that one too. Is I believe more and more in transferable skills. Okay. Because if a person cannot find the job that they're looking for in their field or all other different kind of fields, you got to look at what they're good at, write it down, write everything down that person's good at. And it's your job as a recruiter to sell that to an employer saying, listen, leadership. Okay. Excel, the basic stuff. To change, because if you can't find a job in industry and make the money, everybody knows what they're worth. You know what you're worth, Richard and Tuvia. You know what you're worth if you had to find another job.
What am I worth?
Sometimes you might have to step back just a little bit. Sometimes.
Yeah, you know what? I always say we're all priceless. I joke about that, but at the end of the day, it's like, what value are we worth? But there's a lot of different things. We talk about money. What about work-life balance? What about health benefits? What about like just health care? I mean, seriously, at the end of the day, there's so many other factors that we have to like educate the job seeker on.
Yeah, at the end of the day, a person wants to feel that their life had meaning at the end of the day. It's not all about the money.
You're right.
But at the end of the day, after 120 years, the guy's not going to be on his deathbed and say, oh my God, I wish I made another sale. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, and that's the truth. It all comes down to, again, I like having somebody that just stands up for you and helps you, assist, you know, because how are you going to get that contact? Like Jasmine, you know, reach out to Tuvia. Maybe he knows somebody, you know, now that you've met him just by coming on here. There's all different. Reach out to the Shark. Reach out to myself, you know, which we're doing a show on Wednesday. So I'm helping her do my part the best I can, you know, put them up on the show, have them talk about themselves. Rich knows people. I guarantee you know a lot of people, Tuvia. You know, it just
boys, boys, I cut this short. I need to put the kids to bed.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Tuvia, well, hey, my man, stay in touch. We're not going to wait another 4.5 years to see you again. We're going to see you soon again, man. The Baby Shark is in the house. That song's in my head for the rest of the night, too. You know that.
We're going to get you back again, Tuvia. Thank you so much.
Boys, next time I'm in Miami, look me up. We'll go grab a beer or something.
Oh, right. I'm taking you up on that, man. All right, buddy.
Thanks, Tuvia. Good luck.
Bye, guys. Good seeing you.
Bye-bye.
You too, man.
Wow, Rich, I think.
Man, thank you for that surprise, man. That was awesome, buddy. I mean, that made my night. Yeah. Man, Tuvia, what a way to kick off Shark Week with that.
He looks great too, boy. I mean, you.
He's taking care of himself. Self-care on him in 4 years. He looks younger. He looks 4 years younger. I'm going to tell you. Man, looks good.
I look 4 years older. He looks 4 years younger. But I like how he said, stay consistent. And everybody got quiet because I didn't know what to say. He's right.
Because we all just wanted to like suck it in, because when Tuvia talks, it's like a little bit of a gospel. Like you want to listen to him because you know he comes very precise. It's very key words, and he's done. Consistent. Boom. That's it. So, and then it's almost like a football coach. You think of that, you're like, consistent. Now what do I have to do to execute that? Right.
Right. No, Rich, I want to thank you for coming on, man. We're at 52 minutes, boy.
Brother, we have 52 minutes, man. Wow.
Well, we'll definitely have to have you back on, and always welcome here. And one more time, hey, talk about the stamping, your stamping TV coming out, and a couple things that you're doing. Yes,
STV Live will be launching in the middle of August with two big key players. We're going to have 10 influencers on the show, contributors that are big time. So I built a great team here. It's going to have, we're going to talk about AI, data integration, all this stuff. So, yep, that's coming out in August. And yeah, and in the Coffee Shark, you'll see me in all my platforms, drinking coffee, having fun with everybody. But I think the biggest thing is, Dave, if anybody needs anything in the staffing industry, I hate to say it, but people call me an influencer. I got to say it like that. So anything I can connect you with, reach out to me, man. I'll make some time for you if it's 10 o'clock at night or just like right now, and we'll have fun with it, man.
It is. And I think you do the same reason. I just enjoy helping people because it'll pay back. It'll come back. It'll come back to you. You know, it's just when you help other people, they help you.
And remember, it's time for Shark Week. So get out there on Discovery Channel and watch it, man. You might see me on there. You never know.
Rich, I'm going to talk to you right after this, but thanks so much for coming on, man.
All right, buddy. Anytime, man. Thanks.
All right, bud. Bye.